Hey guys, so ooh, that's cold. My daughter is my youngest is doing a massage. So it was a little bit cold. But anyway, yesterday I tried to go live on my computer, but the computer died on me cuz mama lets kiddos use it and it didn't get charged good, so it died. So what I had done was, because I did a joint Facebook / YouTube, and apparently I haven't figured out how you can do get it to share from Facebook Live to here. So, well, not just so, but I copied the link to the live on my Facebook to the start of the video that ended up ending. I don't think it even really got to start. And I don't have enough followers yet to go live on my phone, so I have to do a record and then post. But if you guys haven't watched the first video, I recommend that you go watch the first video. It should be in my video section with a link in the description and I think in the comments and everywhere. So I was just trying to get it on there because that's the start. And today is part 2. And so it's a series I'm making called Self-Love. And today when I did the live, I decided that I wanted to make sure that people understood, you know, see, it always gets hard when it gets to this stuff, that you're not alone. Everybody goes through some stuff, some really hard stuff. But if you can find ways to get through it, it's really awesome. And yesterday's live on Facebook and the one I tried to get on here, and which is why I'm saying to go to the link if you can. But in case you can't, it is going to be mentioned again in today's video. Okay, we're going to do it like this. Is I've been through, I'll get through. I made sure that after I said, I was like, oh my God, that's really good. So in that video, I have it written down with the date and the saying and then my signature so that people know it's like, I did that. I came up with that one. Okay. Just so that, you know, I can feel like I was awesome. I came up with something really cool. But the I've been through, I'll get through is saying that you've been through some stuff. And that no matter what comes your way, you're gonna get through it. Because, you know, the thing is, you're still here. Despite what you've been through, despite what you're going through, whoa, camera went wonky. Despite what you have gone through and what you're going through, you are still here. Which, in my opinion, whether I know you or not, is a good thing. It really is a good thing. And you may not see it that way. But that's what these self-love real talk videos are for. They are so that you guys can see that, like I said a few minutes ago, that you're not alone. Like, you're not alone. I promise. Bullied? Been there. Teased, talked about in negative ways? Been there. Lied to, backstabbed? Been there. Stolen from, cheated on? Been there. Committed suicide? Tried to commit suicide? Been there. Cutter? Been there. Overdosed on pills a couple times? Been there. Been told that you're worthless, that you'll never amount to anything, that you're not good enough, that you're too ugly, too stupid. Been there. You know, been pretty much abused in every sense of the word. Been there. Hardest one for me to say. Raped. Been there. So, really, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there like you that have been through some horrible stuff, that have been through some painful stuff. And it's not easy to go through it. It's not easy to get through it. But I believe that you can. I believe in you. Which is why I decided that saying, I've been through, I'll get through, is absolutely perfect. Because it's genuinely saying, you know what, I've been through some hard stuff and I'm still standing. Which means I can get through anything. And it's always so hard to believe because, yes, Frost. My cat. Or I should say my husband's cat. Yes, I love you. I love you, Frosty Kitty. It's not always easy. And I swear, when you do it this way, it makes you look like you're not looking at the camera. Even though, like, the camera is, like, up there. I know, I try to look at the lens, but then look, if I'm looking at the lens over here, it almost looks like I'm looking that way. And I'm not.
So look up.
Look up at what?
Just look at that right there.
Huh. Okay, so what am I looking at now? What does it look like I'm looking at now that I'm looking at the charger?
Looking up that way.
Is that better? Am I looking at... Okay, forget it. Now I'm looking at the carpet.
Look up a little. There.
Okay, forget it. Anyway, as I was saying, you guys, I'm trying to look at you guys, but apparently, okay, we're just gonna go back to this because that was better.
What are you doing?
I wish people learned to love themselves more. It's not easy by any means. What? No, I don't. What I asked for the people in my Facebook Live today is part of part 2. Was to go in to, for me, watching movies or TV shows that have rape scenes in them are really hard. I've reached the point where I can hear it, I just can't watch it. My goal is to get to a point where I can watch it and not be affected in a bad way. Because that's kind of a trigger. So what I was asking them to do was to find out what your triggers are. Find out what sets off the negative emotions, the bad memories, the horrible feelings, all that good stuff. To go to those. And it's going to be really hard for quite a while. But if you slowly work your way into and through those triggers, or the things that do trigger, my thought is that eventually it'll get easier. It'll get less hard because you're trying to let that part of you that hurts go. Because for as long as you're alive, there's going to be times when you're going to be in certain situations where that trigger happens. Where it comes... Oh, I'll do it in a minute. It's going to take time. That much I can tell you. It's going to take time. It really is. But if you can take those things that trigger you and use them as ammunition to get through it, then it's going to be so much better. But like I said, it takes time. And I'm still working on it. I also don't like things touching my hands. It's part of my trauma, and Mentally, it does not do well for me. So I try to bake a lot, making homemade pies, crust and all. Yes, Frost, I love you. And because that requires playing around in the dough and stuff like that. Making meatloaf and hamburgers, that requires, playing around and getting your hands dirty, repotting my plants. So mentally, it's a struggle. It's really, really hard because things are touching my hands and I don't like it. But in doing so, I am trying to learn to relax and be okay knowing that what happened is not happening right now. It is not happening at the moment. So, at that point, I can, relax. So like I said, it takes time. It really does. I also don't like people touching me. It bothers me. Unless I know you and trust you, it really bothers me. But that, again, is part of my trauma. So while I'm asking other people to try things to help themselves get better, I'm doing it too. I'm not just like, oh yeah, here, go ahead, try this, and then not gonna do it, because that's not how it works. It's not easy to love yourself by any means. Really isn't. Because when you look at yourself, you see all your flaws, you see all the mistakes, you see the bad choices, you see the bad people that may have been in your life, you see all kinds of things. You don't see yourself the way you should. And that is the hardest thing. So what I asked everybody in my life to do was to get a mirror, the biggest one you can find, where you can look at yourself. And I know this is going to be hard. Trust me, I have my own flaws, the own things about me I don't like at all. And as I said in that live, was that even the models that end up on the magazines, pretty sure they're sitting there going, yeah, so I made it to a magazine. You do know that they airbrushed this, they cropped that, they did this, they did that. I was forced to do this, forced to do that. Meanwhile, I'm looking at myself at home going, oh my God. Ugh. So you might be the kind of person that looks at yourself and just goes, ugh. We all do. But what I want you to do with that mirror is I want you to look at all the things that you don't like about yourself. And I want you to say, I've been through, I'll get through, I'm beautiful. Men included. And it's going to be hard because you're looking at the things you don't like about yourself, the things that you tried to hide. But don't hide it. Look at yourself. Look at those flaws that you don't like. And tell yourself that you've been through, you'll get through. You're beautiful. Because I'm going to be doing it too. Try doing that and see if it helps. The couple people that were watching, one in particular, did it with me. And what I did was I put my hands out, and I want to do it with you guys. So let me see if I can do it this way, because I need to take it off the charger to do this. Okay. So put your hands out like you're putting them on top of mine. Okay. Now we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And after we've done those 3 breaths, we're going to say 5 times, I've been through, I'll get through, I'm beautiful. Okay? So let's do it together. You ready? I've been through, I'll get through, I'm beautiful. 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 And for the last one, let's make that a hurrah, right? I have been through, I'll get through, I am beautiful. Dang, doing that the second time made me feel even better than I did the first time. So really try it. And it has to, if you're going to try it, you need to do it to where you believe it. You feel it. Not just a, okay, yeah, whatever. Because anytime you do something with that mentality, that's when it goes wrong and it doesn't work. You have to be willing to lay yourself out there in a sense. You have to be willing to truly give it a try, to know for sure if it works for you. And doing it, that's pretty cool. And doing it once, nah, not gonna cut it. It might make you feel a little bit better, but it's not really gonna work. You've got to be willing to really do it every day. And so what I asked the people on the Facebook Live to do was to go ahead and do it every day this week. Starting either today, because we just did it, do it again tomorrow, do it again Monday, do it again Tuesday. Wednesday, until I have more followers and can do a live. I'm going to have to do the live on Facebook and then come on to YouTube and record and then post. But I'm going to come back Wednesday, and I would really like to know how your weekend went. Was it happy? Was it sad? Was it full? Was it frost? Was it full? Was it angering? Was it, what was it? Did you try to remember to look at yourself in the mirror, at your flaws, and tell yourself, I've been through, I'll get through, I'm beautiful, every day? Did you try to do it when, and this is what I've asked them to do in the Facebook Live as well, is to, when you start to feel triggered, when you start to feel depressed and anxious, or negative stuff is happening and things just don't seem to be going right, and you're starting to feel down about yourself and depressed, that's when you need to start saying, I've been through, I'll get through, I'm beautiful. Because that is a moment you need to remind yourself of how wonderful you really are and how strong you really are, you know. But you've got to be willing to put that work in. And again, I know it's not going to be easy, but I know you can do it. So we will be back Wednesday, and we're going to keep going over this together, because nobody's really going to love you the way you should love yourself. Take note on that one. You, don't do that, honey. You are your biggest critic. You are the one that is going to tell yourself the best and worst things possible. You are your hardest critic. We all are. We are our worst enemy. Like, you think people calling you ugly, stupid, fat, skinny, good for nothing, worthless is bad? You telling yourself that is even worse. So, let's not tell ourselves that anymore. Instead, let's tell ourselves that I've been through, I'll get through, I'm beautiful. Because when you start telling yourself that, eventually you're going to start to believe it. Just like you believed all the other negative and horrible things that have been said to you and about you. So, if nobody else is going to say it to you, 1, I'll say it to you. And 2, say it to yourself. Because it's the truth. It really is. So, I wanted to make sure that this one was short, because I don't want to take up all of your guys' time, especially when there's other much cooler, much more hip, much more happy videos to watch than mine. But I just want to be positive and help people if I can. So we'll be back Wednesday for part 3. But in that time, I hope you've told yourself that you've been through. You'll get through. You're beautiful. I really do. If you enjoyed this video, agree, don't agree, have an opinion, don't have an opinion, have an idea for a topic that I could talk more about, please leave it in the comments. If you would like to, please like, share, subscribe, you know, the things everybody asks for, because why not? But I really hope that you try it and see if it helps you. And as I say at the end of every video, there's only one love, y'all. So first and foremost, love yourself, because that is the most important thing you can do. And then love others. Love from me to you. Be blessed. And happy Mother's Day to the moms.